Hello, thank you for having me again. I'm your favorite lady realtor, Grace-Divine Ozavize. I'm here on this program, PropertyGist. We started it a couple of weeks ago. Today is the third episode, every Monday, 8 p.m. Thank you for having me. Now today we are going to look at how to acquire housing scheme in Lagos, Nigeria. We have other outlets, but we have a lot selling in Lagos. The GRACEMPIRE Finesse Homes is situated in Lagos, and we have a lot of property. We cover a large number of property in Lagos. So we're going to be talking about Lagos property. But if you would like to buy property in other major cities in Nigeria, such like Lake Abuja, we cover there too. We also have property selling there. We have landed property, and we have housing scheme selling there. But today we're looking at property in Lagos State. How to make possible your home ownership, either for commercial purpose or for your personal use. So we are looking at how you can acquire property in Lagos State. Some people, they find it difficult, or they don't know how to go about it. They buy land, the duration, they are not available to supervise it, and all of that. They would rather prefer to buy house. It's not only when you are not available to buy house. Most times it's even more economical. It's safe. More. You save more when you buy a house, already built house. The issue there is that you just have to buy from a good developer. Just identify with a good developer. Identify with a realtor who know what he's doing, that can help you to supervise and check up and give you the details and be your mouthpiece if you are not in the country, even if you are in the country, because we know much about it. So we can help you with details, which of the property. There are so many property outside there to buy. You may wonder, which one should I buy? Which one should I buy? And where do I buy from? Sometimes clients normally come with their own specification. Since you are not building, your specification, you may not get your specification 100% in any particular building you want to buy. You may have to shift ground. Because you are not the one building it. You can't get exactly what you want. Assuming you want a 3-bedroom duplex with BQ, and you may get one without BQ, or you want a 3-bedroom duplex with a very wide living room, even a wide bedroom. You may not get to the size you want, but you get something that is very okay, that you know that is considerable. If you need a house to buy, and you are looking at which house to buy, and at the end you see the one, and when you check all your parameters, you get up to 65%. I think you should go ahead. And if you actually want to get exactly what you want, that's why you can come on board when we are selling off plan. Some of my clients were like, what is off plan? It's our real estate language. I'm going to demystify it tonight. Off plan is when you come on board while the construction is yet to start or is about to start, and while you have opportunity of paying overtime for like 12 months or 18 months. I still have houses that you can pay for 18 months. Once you pay you complete your payment, that's when you can have your house delivered. But while you are paying, it's not as if you didn't pay, the house will not be completed. But everyone that completed their payment will be the first to be allocated. That is just the rule of the game there. So if you are paying, construction is ongoing, and when you complete your payment, you get your allocation within 3 to 6 months from the point when you complete your payment. If you complete your payment earlier than that, fine, you get your allocation before then. That is just the rule of the game. And the idea is that if you, most time in every occasion, not just most time, when you start payment before construction, by the time the developer finish construction, the property must have appreciated. You are getting that property far higher. I mean, you are getting it below market price if you come on board during off plan. That is one of the advantages of buying off plan. And you can actually get to know how this property is being built. You can request for updates at interval during the foundation level, while the substructure is being constructed. You can request for update the roofing. You can ask for the material that is being used. You'll be updated. So you will know that you are buying a good, the worth of what you are buying. And if there's any compromise, you know there is frequently acquisition, there is a terms and condition. You can request for your refund if there's any compromise other than that the developer defaulted. But if developer did not defaulted, then you get your property delivered. Another frequently asked question I want to look at today. Today we are looking at the frequently asked question. We want to talk about how you can acquire property in Lagos State housing scheme. Another frequently asked question I want to look at that I always get from my clients. My client used to ask, okay, how is the place developed? What can I do with it? You know the rule, how soon can I get allocation? What if I pay immediately? If you pay immediately and the project is about to start, you can't just build only one unit and deliver to you. You still have to give. Property is not something that you just build within 1 month. Even if I told you that it will be delivered within 1 month, will you believe me? We won't deliver a bad job to you. So you have to hold on for like 6 months before the completion, even at time 1 year, because it's only one unit that will be delivered. But the good news is that the price you paid when the project was started, at the time of delivery, it must have appreciated far above. Some smart investor, what they do, we normally refer to some people as smart investor. They don't usually need that house. They just want to turn around their income. What they do is to when a developer just launch out a property at off-plan prices, they can just acquire like 3 or 4. When the developer is, even before the developer finish, some of them will start reselling. But the best time to resell is to wait till when the developer completely finish and allocated to you. That is when the property has taken shape. So people will start seeing the beauty of that place. They were like, I want a completed, I need a house in that place that is completed. Look at that house, I like it. That's when they start coming on board. Maybe 1 or 2 people have even moved me. That's when they will start coming on board. They will like, I want to have there. So the smart investor, we normally refer to them as smart investor. They have their money at hand. So whenever such project is launched, they buy. So when people, the end user, like they don't have that patience and they need house at that moment, they say they want where it's completed. They want to get a unit there. So the smart investor will just sell for them a little below market price at that moment. But then they must make nothing less than 50%. Most cases is usually 100% and above. That is the rule of game in real estate. So if you want to maximize your investment in real estate, even if you are planning for home ownership, in Lagos where I live, most landlords here, their plan was to build house to live for their family back then, in the 80s or so. But today, most of these houses is now, many of them, that is their major source of income today, because of high demand on rent. So when they build like 4 flats, they couldn't have occupied the 4 flats. Maybe they occupy 1 flat and their children occupy the next flat. So they have to let the remaining flats. Many of them, their children have even grown up and they are moved out and they are on their own. So that's where they are earning from. Some of them have passed on and their children is the one reaping the investment. But the initial plan of that house was to live on it. So that is one good thing of owning a property in Lagos State. Lagos State is a metropolitan area. You cannot be wrong investing in real estate in Lagos State. If you have been buying land and you're like, oh, when will this land transform to income for me? I urge you to come on board and buy house this time around. Even if it is 1 unit apartment, you can buy a mini flat. What they call a mini flat, that is 1 bedroom apartment, you can buy. I urge you to come on board and buy that 1 bedroom apartment. All you need to do is to just start. We have 1 bedroom apartment which is similar to studio apartment, but they are not the same. Studio apartment is usually very wide, one big apartment that contains both. You have the space for bedroom, you have the space for your set of chair, then you have your toilet, kitchen, everything in open space, apart in separate places. But if you get allocation, you can actually demarcate the bedroom for yourself. That is studio apartment. But when you talk about 1 bedroom apartment, it's 1 bedroom plus living room, which is sitting room. Then it usually comes with 2 toilets, guest toilet. But in studio apartment, you don't have guest toilet. What you have is just one toilet and one bedroom. But in one bedroom apartment that we have this day, we usually come with 2 toilets, 1 bedroom. So the second toilet is for guest toilet in the living room. Then the 1 bedroom, in the bedroom you have the toilet and bedroom, you have kitchen, and some come with store. It depends the developer's discretion. So if you are just joining me, I'm your favorite lady realtor, GRACEMPIRE, Grace-Divine Ozavize, representing GRACEMPIRE Finesse Homes. I welcome you to PropertyGist today. In PropertyGist, we tell you about the ongoing promo, and we also tell you about property generally, everything you need to know about property in Nigeria, in Lagos State, for instance. Then we talk. You can ask questions too. You can reach us in our inbox or via our phone numbers. On my profile, you get my direct inbox. You can chat with me if you have any other question that you will need a specific inquiry. But PropertyGist is meant to educate our client and our prospect that some of them may not even know which one to buy, because some of them will always come with a list of what to buy. This is the kind of house I want. This is how I want it. Well, you are not there when the developer to come up with what they want, and you are not the only one that is acquiring, and they are building a prototype. But if you want to have a change, you can only have a change inside the one you bought. If you are making if you are make the deposit, you have secure it, make commitment. I mean, not just initial deposit. Each developer have their own terminology. You make. One moment, please. My laptop. Sorry, I need to plug it. So as I was saying, so if I make commitment to according to the terms and conditions of the project, so you can actually tell the developer that you would like to make some. There's one of my clients make some amendment inside the apartment. Maybe you want the bedroom to be bigger. Some bedroom does not come with make provision for bathroom. You may like to have it all walk-in closet, so you can adjust 1 or 2 things. The balcony, the living room, you can adjust one side for the other side, or you can change the setting anyhow you may want it. But the outside usually look the same because it's a block of flat or duplexes. So another thing I want to talk about, I was talking about the studio, the difference between studio apartment and 1 bedroom apartment. You may wonder what can you do with studio and 1 bedroom apartment. For some of my clients that are not in Nigeria, that are in diaspora, except if you usually come with your family and you may think that studio apartment will be too small for you, or 1 bedroom apartment is too small for you. But if you are the type that come at least once in a year and you usually put up in a hotel, you can decide to have a studio apartment, furnish it and use it. You can get that kind of studio apartment. You get it in a place where there is people are already living. I mean, people are already living. We have such selling too, where people are already living. That is well lit with security. Not a project of 18 months. If you want a project of 18 months, it will serve the same purpose, but it's not immediately. That means you have to wait for 18 months when the place is occupied, when people will start living there. That's when you can put up such kind of apartment. But if you are in a hurry, then you can just go forward and buy the one of 6-month payment plan or maximum of 12-month payment plan, so you can get allocation as soon as possible. So you can furnish it, and whenever you come around, you stay there, because all our estates are secured. Most of our estates, you can also power it with solar. You will also have opportunity of connecting to the public power supply. The power supply these days have greatly improved. In Lagos mainland, where I live, we have average of 20 hours per day power supply. That is amazing. So I'll give credit to the government. The electricity board, they are trying. I don't know, but in the area I live in Lagos here, there is improvement a lot. I only use my genset, so there is a great improvement. If you can also put power solar panel, or you use genset if allowed, but if it's not allowed, then you use solar panel. In most states these days, what we use is solar panel because of noise of genset. So you can furnish it, or you may decide that okay, you want to start earning from your real estate investment. If you actually want to maximize your real estate investment big time, then you have to invest big time. But whichever way, you can still come on board with whatever budget you have. You may not have up to 100 million to start. You can start with a studio apartment that is going for just 34 million. And you don't have to pay everything. You can just make initial deposit of 5 million and spread payment for 1 year. And you get it, it will be delivered to before you finish payment. It's almost finishing. So 6 months maximum after you finish payment, you get allocation, or 3 months. And if you decided to speed up your payment, instead of 1 year, you speed it up to 6 months, then maximum 6 months after payment, you get your allocation. So you can decide to have as many 1 unit apartment as possible and let it out. You can also go for two bedroom apartments. We also have 2-bedroom apartments selling in Lekki. I also have 2-bedroom apartments selling on Lagos mainland, because some people like, I prefer Lagos mainland. I have in both houses. In Lagos mainland, where I have 2-bedroom apartments selling, I have in Ikeja. It's already built up. It's in a living, developed estate in Adeni Jones. 2-bedroom apartment. It's a service apartment. You can actually buy it and let it out, or you own it. That one is straight. You just contact me for price of that one. It's somewhere you just buy. You just put all your things and you start living there. So and Ikeja, you know, the Lagos Airport is located in Ikeja. So the proximity of the place to Ikeja Airport is not an issue. So if you are the type that say you don't want to stay where that is far from an airport, don't want to miss your flight, I got your back. I also have apartments selling on mainland where you can stay there. Whenever you come on town, you may not decide, you may decide not to stay in the hotel. Although if you want to flex, you can actually go to a hotel and flex. But you can live like in your own house, furnish it and live there. And if you are out of town, then we can lease it out for you on a service apartment basis. And you'll be earning from there. And even you can be telling your friend that it's a service apartment you can use whenever you come to Nigeria. You don't have to be in. I know service apartment is usually far less in price compared to the hotel. You can still enjoy the luxury of hotel if you so wish. You can always walk up to any hotel of your choice, any realization area in Ikeja, and take advantage. So you mustn't stay, except you just want to. A lot of people now go for service apartment. We also have service apartment in Lekki Phase 1, Lekki Phase 2, and yeah, I have such plan too. If that is the location you want, I'm just give you an instances of service apartment we have for sale, that when you buy it, you can use it. It's 2-bedroom. If you also want to buy a block, some people tell me, I have a client that was telling me, a colleague of mine told me his client need 4 units of a block of flat to buy. A building consisting of 4 flats. I was like, developer, you can only see that to buy from developer. Let the client just buy some unit of flats in already structured apartment, block of flats, because some of the block of flats come with like 6 flats. Except you want to buy the entire block, but he doesn't want to buy the entire block. And if you want to buy the entire block and own it to yourself, you can buy the entire block. Then take the one you want to use and lease the remaining one. If rental income today, rental income is not stagnant. It's not static, I mean. If rental income today on a 2-bedroom apartment is 1.5, you don't expect it to be so by forever. Before the next 5 years, it must have, just the way the property is appreciating, the way the buyers the property is appreciating, is the same way the rental value is appreciating, especially in Lagos State, because it's a metropolitan city. The demand for rental apartment is on the high side. That's why people are going for apartment. So people like, will it not be better if I build my own house? Won't I make more money if I build my own house? Make more, save more if I build by myself. If you look at all the parameters involved in building your own house, you will see that it's not cheaper, except you are going to build like 2 or 3 plots, and you are going to be practically involved to supervise it. Or you have a good developer who will give you price and deliver to you a good work, and you have a supervisor that will supervise them. It could be cheaper if you know your way out. But not when you are building, not when you want to build just a flat. It's not cheaper. It will cost you more, especially here in Lagos. By the time you have to do the soil test, the same soil test that the developer did and used to construct the entire estate, the same price they pay is the same price you pay for your 1 unit. So that is just one aspect too. And when you have more building, you can bargain for a good price when you are buying materials. By the time you want to build just a block of flats, you can't bargain for much, because you are just building some few units and just one on a plot of land. So imagine that. It's not always, you don't always save much as some people think, except you are going to build like mansion, build some fleets of, a mini court. You can say you save more, and you will need to supervise it. If you give it to somebody you don't know, the quotation that will be giving you, you may end up spending ×2 of the quotation you are giving at the onset. Because if there is price increase, the developer will just come and meet you, there is price increase. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. But when you buy off plan from us, if there's price increase in the material, we'll not come and meet you and ask you to pay more because there is price increase. Why? Because there's a rule of engagement when we started. So it's those people that are coming on board to buy at the finished property that will now buy at higher price, that will take the body. So isn't that amazing? It's safer, it save more. You also save more cost when you buy from developer. When you buy off plan, or you buy a completed finished house. Some people, another question that usually come up is that, how am I sure that this building is built to standard? You can get your engineer, your site engineer, to check it up. And if you are dealing with us too, we ensure that the building we are giving you, I don't partner. GRACEMPIRE don't partner with developer that will not deliver. We partner with developers that are well known, that their name matters to them. So they are certified to build. And nowadays, when you are building in Lagos State, there is a check. The building, if you hear of any building that collapsed in the past, that building must have been for years. But nowadays, Lagos State has taken a very serious measure. Anywhere you are building, even if you didn't, anywhere you are building, you just see them appear. Even if you have taken all your documents, they will still come around to check it and ensure that you are building to standard. I'm not saying we are only relying on that, but we are relying much more on the kind of developer, our developer that build, because they build to taste. They have their name at stake, and they will deliver to taste. And also have some finished houses. Some people will come around and say, I don't have that patience, I can't wait for off plan. Just give me a finished house. We can also give you a finished house certified that you will buy and you won't have issue. Well built, no issue whatsoever. Depend how you want to come on board. Some people say, I just need my own duplex. Whenever I come around, I'll stay there. Or I want to start, if you want to start any from real estate as soon as you can, I will advise you to go into, start buying houses. It may cost, but when you are paying off plan, you are paying instrumentally. I still have one that go for 24 months. We are trying. That is private establishment, non-government. So you have to give a kudos to us for giving you a house to pay over 24 months. That is amazing. You can contact me on that. You can check my profile, my bio. You see, chat my direct inbox. You can chat with me directly, and my phone number. You can contact me on my phone number. So on my email address is there. You can send me a mail. How you can home ownership made simple, simplified. I'll tell you more about it and give you the area you can acquire. I have houses selling during this independent. We just Congratulations, once again, congratulations to everyone that come aboard during this independent promo, where we have up to 40% discount. We are still running. Some of the property are still on promo. Some is closing tonight. It's closing tonight. Those of our land in Epe that is going for up to 40% discount. The promo offer is closing tonight. You still have opportunity of keying into it, and you can make initial deposit and spread balance for 3 months, no interest on that promo price. If it passed today, this is Nigerian time, 8:43 p.m. If it passed today, you are buying at actual price. If you don't know what 40% mean, you imagine our property that is going for 1.8 million. We slash it to 1.80 million. That is me. You are winning back. You have a cash back of 720,000. That is amazing. That is amazing. You may say, by tomorrow, that means you have already saved 720,000. Even if you didn't pay everything, with the initial deposit of 30% or 35%, then you can pay the balance of 70% within 3 months. That is amazing. Come on board now. Many of my clients acquire most of their property. I was telling one of my clients, I said, do you know that the property you bought in Epe, he said I should give him updates. He bought in Epe early last year. He said I should give him updates. What is happening in Epe? He also have in Bijuleki. I told him that, do you know that Dangote refinery, people are working there, even though it's not in full operation. But he has a lot of construction, road construction is ongoing in that Aziz. I also tell him about deep seaport have commenced operation, but not in large scale, and it's deeper than a Papa seaport. I also told him that, do you know that the land you bought then, that in Bijuleki now, if you don't have up to 5 million for half plot, you cannot get a piece of land in Bijuleki. That's for 300 square meter. I also told him that, told him that the one you bought in Epe for 400,000, imagine a plot of land, 600 square meter. Nowadays, what we are selling in Epe now is 500 square meter. 600 square meter, I got it for 400,000. Today, in that location, it's going for 4 million. And he bought it early last year, just close to 2 years now. Like a year, 6 months. Is that not a good business? It's a good business. Even if you want to sell it, that I need it, the money urgently, you will just remove some money out of it. You can decide to sell it for like 1.5 or 1.8. He has not lost anything. He has made so much. There's nothing at stake. So you can't be wrong investing in real estate in a fast developing or developed area like Lagos State. One of the best places to invest in real estate today is Lagos State. Even if you are planning for home ownership, many people are buying houses because they want to live there, but later it turned out to be a major source of income for them. I have a client in UK. He told me something amazing. Before we met, he told me that he built a house in Kurudu, that he never likes it, but just built it sharp. That during Fashola, when Fashola came into government, Fashola now constructed a road that passed through the front of that house. That means the place has no form, it has nothing to look at, and the rental income was not much, So it was not just leave it, Jerry, but amazing. When Fashola now construct road that passed through in front of that house, the place become boom. He said he cannot imagine what is earning from that house, the rental income. So development add up to the value of the property. You can't imagine. He said the rental income that is coming there, that is amazing to him. So I don't need to talk too much when I tell him to buy. But say, don't worry, I'll patronize you. I know what I'm doing. And you don't need to tell me the benefit of buying into real estate. Why? Because he's already reaping from it. If you know how Kurodu look like today, Kurodu is one of the. Kurodu is the largest, one of the largest local government in Lagos State in population and also in landmark after Alemosho. In population, Kurodu and Alemosho command high population that deliver more voting power in politics. So the population in that area, so wherever there's population, there will be high demand for rent. And one of the major rents people usually get, the rents, one of the major property apartment that people normally go for that move faster on rental income is apartment. Either mini flat is usually called, that is 1-bedroom apartment, or 2-bedroom apartment, or 3-bedroom apartment. It moves faster because it's not as costly as duplex. It's not as costly as duplex. It moves faster than you could imagine. So you can start with a flat. If you cannot acquire duplex, if you cannot acquire a mansion, why not start with what you can afford? In the rule of real estate, in the game of real estate, you buy what you can afford per time. If it is a piece of land you can afford per time, buy it. You just have to come on board. You have to start that culture, cultivate that habit. You that was able to buy the property I bought before I bought own a land. I start contribution. When I made that contribution, I don't even know what I want to do with it. But amazingly, when I collected the money, there was a promo at that period. I was like, if I didn't use this money to key into this land, I'll spend it. And truly, I could have spent it 200,000. I could have spent it. But today, that same land that I bought during COVID is now going for 600,000. The place is the land banking. The place has not fully developed. Imagine when the place open up, how much it will be. So I'm not in a rush. I'm not rushing to. It's just land banking. It pays. I don't have issue. So that's what many people are doing. That my client that bought in Ikorodu never seen what happened. Only boy that bought that house and built house there. You just say, let me just have a property in my name. And today is earning from there. Even if you come to Nigeria, you has a cash flow. It's earning while it's in London. It's cash flow. I met another woman. Let me give you a life testimony. I met this woman. The woman came from Ireland. The woman told me that she has over 48 units of houses on rent. I was shocked. 48 units of houses on rent is any rent form. I mean, almost any. It will be any rent having rental income. He said she supervises it. That all the tenants they can reach her. I said, why don't you get a lawyer? He said she can do it. She's a young woman. I was surprised. He said if you come to Nigeria, that she doesn't come to Nigeria with money. That she will come to Nigeria with just a Nigerian credit card, debit card, and he will be using it. From why is in abroad is any money. So what are you doing in Nigeria? Even if you don't like Lagos, come and invest and earn too. Come and join the landlord gang and earn too. Imagine most of our clients in GRACEMPIRE Finesse Homes, they are in abroad. They understand this rental income. They understood how it works. You don't need to talk too much. They will just buy into it. Even if it is land, they can buy at that moment. They buy it. So why can't you come on board now? What are you waiting for? What is the issue? Some of you will say, I don't have that money. I used to see your advert that is so high. Let me know your budget. We have property that are pocket friendly. Let's know your budget. We can structure it to your budget. I can work with the developer and give you a plan that suits your pocket. We have property that are pocket friendly. Don't say, I desire to own a mansion. When I have the money, I'll buy it. By the time you have that money, it will be far above the money I call for you at this moment. So if it is land you can buy now, buy it. With 1 million, you can own a piece of land in Lagos State, in somewhere in Epe. Although we are doing promo because a piece of land in Epe is above 1 million. But the promo price, you can get it for 1.80 million. And you can pay it within 3 months. But if you miss the promo price, you will have a plan of 12-month payment plan. So you can come on board. Another way of maximizing your investment in real estate is to buy many acres. You can buy many acres, as many acres as you can acquire. An acre is six plots make an acre. 6 plots make an acre. 6 plots of 600 square meter make an acre. So when you buy an acres or hectares, 15.5 plots, in the nearest future, you can decide to sell some of those land, or you choose to develop it if you have the means, or you sell part of the land and use it to develop it. There are many ways. I'm just giving you an iceberg. There are a lot of ways to maximize your investment. If you come on board with me, you chat with one-on-one, I can gladly give you how you can maximize your investment in real estate. Our forefathers, our fathers in the olden days, they only buy with the hope of, let me have a house for myself. But today, that same house they bought that we should live on it, the same house we have taken our own apartment. We are now earning a rental income. Where is your own house in your own name? There is a Israel adage that said, he is not a man that does not have a land. There is a premium value on land owners. Where is that land in your own name? You need to own a piece of land in your name. Some of you are like, I would like to own a piece of land in I won't build a house in the city where I'm living. I'll go to my hometown. There's nothing wrong. Go to hometown and build a house there. How can you continue to be a tenant in this city? But in that your hometown where you build a house, check the rental value now. I'm not discouraging you. Go ahead and own a piece of property in your hometown. But don't fail to own a Lagos State or in any other city you may live that have a higher rental value. Do you know when you own a Lagos State and you are earning your rental value, you can use it to build that house in your hometown or village? Because the appreciation in Lagos State is high than the appreciation over there because of the demand in Lagos State. Because Lagos State is a mixed economy. It's a business economy. So there is demand for both residential and commercial. That is the main reason why you have to come on board. Even if you are not in Lagos State, you are hearing me now. Wherever you are in the world, you are hearing me. By all means, own a piece of real estate in Lagos State, and you will thank me later. Contact me on this. Today, we are just looking at how you can maximize your investment in real estate. I actually want to go into frequently asked question on one of our property, but I could not lay my hand. I could not get it printed before we start this. Before I started this live coverage, in the next episode of Property Gist with Grace-Divine Ozavize, powered by GRACEMPIRE Finesse Homes, we are going to look extensively at some of these things, and we are going to be featuring we'll be featuring our developer. In the last two episodes, we feature developer of some of our estate selling, and it talk extensively. If you miss it, you can scroll down to my page and watch the previous episode. So this episode today, I want to enlighten people about owning a house. So people will like, I don't have that money. You just have to start. The power to start is what you need, and you can accomplish it. So I don't want to go deeper. There are so many secrets about maximizing your investment in real estate using housing units. Even if your intention, many people's intention, I earlier told you, is to own it for their own personal use. But along the line, the thing is giving them maximum return. I've had a client say, I want to sell my property in Korodu and use it to acquire in Lekki. I say, leave it. It's that you want to own a property. I say, leave it. You can actually own a property in Lekki. You don't have to sell one to acquire one. You can have more than one. You can have a different location. You can have both in mainland and island. Ikorodu is in mainland. You can acquire in Ikeja. You can have in Lekki. But leave that one. Why not come aboard using off plan? He said, can it get up to like a mortgage up to like 5 years, 10 years? Then you have to approach mortgage bank. If you approach mortgage bank, they have their own schedule. So they will pay and you will not be paying to them. And you use that same property as a collateral to them. They have their terms and terminology. When you approach a mortgage bank and they give you the facility and you approach us, so when the mortgage bank will now contact us, when everything has fine too, they will pay the developer. And you will now be paying to mortgage bank. The mortgage bank will hold the document to the property until you pay finish. Yes, we have mortgage bank that is doing such up to 5 years payment plan or more. But you are the one that will meet them and reach an agreement and sign all the agreement and the document and use it to come and purchase from us. It's not we. At least we've tried. We've tried. The private establishment, they are trying. Our developers are really trying. A lot of people have become a home ownership through this scheme. can testify to that. In some of the estate we are selling, we have people living there already. There's one estate we are selling just before COVID started in 2021. Towards the end of 2021, we sold that property, 2-bedroom apartment and 3-bedroom apartment, for 12 million and 30 million. People are living there now. Today, those property worth 30 million. 2 years down the line, it's worth 30 million. And the people are already, they've taken possession, they are living there. Assuming the owner decided to acquire another property, see another opportunity and acquire it, and decided to sell it, he's making a good cash. He's not losing anything. What if he decided not to sell it? You can also buy a property, you don't sell it, you maintain it, you put it on rent and you are maintaining it. As long as you are maintaining it, it's appreciating. A property you did not maintain will decay. It will decay, it will not appreciate. You must be committed to the maintenance. If it requires to be painted, you paint it. That's how you maximize your investment in real estate. Sorry we came on board late, but this is already 9. This program normally goes from 30 to 45 minutes. I don't mean to take your time. If you have any other question, any inquiry, kindly chat me up. I'm going to drop my number on the comment below. If you have any question, you can ask, so we can discuss. I can tell you much about it, or you can just chat me up, send me message on my inbox. So I'll gladly educate you on this aspect and any other area you would like to make inquiry on this. Thank you for joining me on today's Property Gist with Grace-Divine Ozavize, your favorite lady realtor representing GRACEMPIRE Finesse Homes. I look forward to have you again next time. By this time next week, every Monday, Property Gist with Grace-Divine. Thank you.